Oh, looks like we're finally going to start. Ladies and gentlemen, for everybody on the stream or later watching on YouTube, welcome to this 2 versus 2 between one of the best players in the world of Age of Empires from all time and currently, H2O and Samwise as British French, playing against Veni Vidi Vici and Blackstar OP as British and French. So it's of course a mirror playing on this wonderful map Florida, made by ASM. No, not made by ASM with the UI, made by ASM of course. Still, thank you very much for making this possible. And yeah, look at what we are going to have here. In the north of the map we have H2O and Samwise. In the south of the map, well, southwest, we have Blackstar and Veni. Of course, it's a market start on this map. We're going to quickly check if everybody has one. Yes. Sometimes the market doesn't spawn immediately at the first try, and then you have a huge disadvantage, so you have to restart the game. But everything is alright here. Of course, this market means early hunting dogs for all civilizations, and they are definitely going to go for that. So things like getting 30 coin here, going to help get that early hunting dogs for you to improve your hunting gather rate. Let's see if the hunts are alright. It's really hard to see on the 2v2 map, but on this map all the mines and hunts are so scattered, but there's like a lot of small patches of hunts, so it's almost always a good start. Look at here, H2O has found this 80 wood. Let's turn on Fog of War so we can see what they cannot see, and let's see if they're going to go for any treasures together. Looks like Samwise is going to go for 100 food and H2O is going to go for 80 wood. Definitely some nice treasures early on. Well, Veni is going for this 2 stray dogs. Definitely going to help him get other treasures. There are quite a bit of treasures on this map, so 2 stray dogs can help you pick up treasures and kill enemy heroes. So definitely a good pickup if you can have it early on. Later in game, these dogs won't really do any damage or something, so they're not that good anymore. 100 food definitely helps him with his H up. Of course, French has 100 food less on the EP to start with, so getting this is some sort of to make up for that. Looks like the sound is a little bit loud, so let's change this little bit. So now it's fine again. Blackstar going for these 2 stray dogs. Fuck you, Veni. He is saying he probably wanted to go for that as well. Let's see where he is. Oh, Veni is already dead. I totally missed something. Sorry about that, but looks like Veni's Explorer did not make it against those alligators. So 75 wood, of course, going to for British. Samwise not picking that up on purpose, because British can of course make manor houses with their wood, going to help him get up more manor houses early on. Looks like he's even building a second one in the first age. He just thinks, I got some extra wood, going to make an extra manor house now to get that extra villager out early on. Definitely a good choice, I think. Let's see, shipments are not going to be very exciting here. The most exciting thing to see, I think, the sheeps. Of course, some of you can, let's look at Blackstar. He's picking up the sheeps already, eating them up, getting his H up in queue faster, but you can also wait for them to fatten and to get some more resources from them. Let's see, 60 food already. I think it's a good idea for Blackstar to pick up the hero of Veni, because it's on 100 HP. That means it can be revived, and he would have to send a villager all the way there. He can do that, but you can also just send his hero. Maybe he's going there now. And meanwhile, Samwise and H2O are just scouting around, getting some treasures. Another 105 coin for H2O, so he's definitely very high on the treasures already. So I think the first age is definitely going to H2O and Samwise here. They picked up a lot of good treasures, and Veni lost his hero, and yeah, because of that, the scouting and getting the treasures are definitely in favor of H2O and Samwise. I cannot see the Fog of War for only one team, only for both of the teams at the same time, so I don't know how much they've scouted, but I think H2O and Samwise had a very good scouting pattern, first going here to the front, getting some treasures, and then Samwise going to this side and H2O to this side. So they have scouted like 3/4 of the map already. Now they're finally getting a trading post, while Blackstar had one a lot earlier. In this case, Samwise just on time before the trade card passes, so getting that extra batch of XP. So that's nice for him. Interesting thing to note is that Samwise is the French guy with the trade post, and because Veni lost his hero probably, on this side Blackstar, the British guy, has a trading post. I think trading post is a little bit better for French, just because British needs his wood, and because French maybe goes to the third age a little faster and thus can make more use of his extra shipments, but maybe it's going to be a colonial war and doesn't matter so much. Looks like the dogs of Blackstar are pushing back the forward base from them a little bit. Looks like they're building a stable and barracks and the outpost from the ESOC here very defensively next to a hunt between their bases, so good place overall, does protect some resources and is between their bases. Well, they are building a little bit more out front, also protecting a hunt and a mine with the same setup, of course, towers, a stable and a barracks. So that's going to be musketeer and hussars early on. Hussars, of course, to kill villagers and raid, but also just to help in the battle. Looks like they're now finally getting rid of these nasty dogs with their villagers, but a lot of damage done by the Incan Minkas to the tower, so it's already halfway down, and of course it's probably not going to go fully down, but that does not really matter, because repairing it will cost a lot of wood, and if he doesn't repair it, it will go down very quickly once the musketeers will arrive, so he will have to do something about that. Looks like he's not going to repair it just yet. He doesn't think it's necessary, of course. Now they're going back a little bit because H2O has got some musketeers out. Veni does have his first batch of hussars, full 5 hussars. Samwise has so too, not using them yet. Of course, very nicely placed manner here by H2O. He will see all the hussars that enter in this range. So no unexpected raids from Veni, having a lot of manners all over the place. On the other hand, this is not protected at all, and it looks like 2 hussars are heading there. So he can do a lot of damage. Only got 1 hero here. That's not enough to repel 2 hussars. He's got 10 musketeers on the way, but I think he can manage to kill a villager because he does not have great coach yet as an upgrade. Well, this villager won't go down. These musketeers will be in time, but this village there will definitely... Oh! Yeah, he lost a hussar. That's very bad. But here H2O is going to lose a villager to this hussar, so he did that nicely. A lot of hussar from Samwise coming in, and if he doesn't run away now, he's going to lose his second hussar for sure. But 2 hussar for 2 villagers, that's a trade I would do. On the other hand, it does mean in the first fight he's going to have 2 hussars less. So if they're going to push and we have a head-on fight, H2O and Samwise will be in a short-term military advantage, but in a long-term economic perspective, Veni and Blackstar will have this advantage of having killed 2 villagers very early on. Looks like Samwise is going to push out with his hussars, but he barely didn't scout these musketeers from Blackstar, which are now pushing in. Can maybe even get a shot. Yes, can get a good shot on the hussars, and now there's really nothing for them here. On the other hand, Blackstar now making more musketeers. Veni going again with the raid. He just gets scouted by these musketeers, I'm pretty sure of that. So they're immediately going back, which means Blackstar has got everything he needs here. He's only got hussars to fight against, and the musketeers of H2O, they're far away, so they can just siege this house. And these musketeers will have to be here because they're all the villagers of H2O are here, so he has to protect them with his own musketeers. And Blackstar is winning this battle here. I mean, it's just musketeers against a lot of hussars, but of course musketeers counter hussars, so he cannot do that much. Vany's hussars get caught here by the hussars of Samwise, so he's losing a lot of HP on them. Almost 2 of them dead. Now H2O is finally returning from protecting his villagers, but also Vany's hussar have returned, so it's about even. Let's look at the military unit population. That's still very even, 51 to 50. Well, it's very hard to tell, it constantly changes, but it's around 50 to 50. Now a lot of more musketeers of H2O have arrived, and looks like Blackstar is pushed a little bit back. Vany doesn't have that much hussars left, so I don't think Blackstar can hold this, and if Minutemen come out, he will definitely have to go back. So that's one thing for sure. Oh, I must remember not to press Alt F, Alt Tab, because then the sound gets reset again, gets very loud. Blackstar is pushed back here without the use of, well, with the use of Minutemen, but not from H2O, only from Samwise. And in general I think they held it quite good, but still remember that Blackstar and Vany's economic population is quite a bit ahead, so well, by 6 villagers now. On the other hand, the military population is in favor of H2O and Samwise, so it's still very even. What I do not like is that H2O still doesn't have this protected. I mean, of course he wants all his military units in the fight, but in this case Vany can just harass with 2 hussars and all the units are running behind him, which give Blackstar another chance, just go in and siege another house. So I don't think it's very wise to keep going back there with all your musketeers. If it's just 2 hussars raiding, just send like 4 hussars from Samwise, or in this case 5, and then you will be fine. Looks like Samwise is now finally going to go out and raid himself. One of his hussars are all very low though, so he should make sure he doesn't just get harassed by villagers or towns under fire, because these hussars are not going to survive very long. Looks like we have a battle here, Blackstar versus H2O, both with musketeers. H2O has 0 upgrade. Wait, it doesn't show, but he does have 1 upgrade. He does have musketeer grenadier damage. I'm not quite sure why it doesn't show, because it does show for Blackstar OP, but if you see here, only the hit points shows and not the extra attack, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe that's a bug, maybe I've got a wrong setting or something. ASIMP, if you know, please help us out. Let's see. So the musketeers are both very strong, 172 HP and 26 attack, and the same for H2O. So yeah, the upgrades are there really. Let's see what Vany's current. Vany is of course aging up. But where is his military? He's only got 3, let's see, military units. Yeah, only got these 3 hussars, so that's going to be very hard to hold if H2O and Samwise are now going to push in. Of course, he did just age up, so 2 falconets or dragoons can be coming. And you see immediately they think it's go time. They just aged up, so they have no military units. So Samwise is going in with his hussars and H2O with his musketeers. I hope Samwise will also use these Minutemen. They just take up population and they are not doing anything, so I hope he uses them in the next fight or to harass some villagers. He can get a very big raid here if Blackstar is not on time going there, and yeah, Vany can potentially lose a lot of villagers to this. Blackstar immediately going there with his musketeers, but he already lost 3 villagers now, so Vany 3 villagers behind. You see in the economic population it's almost even now, and Samwise splitting up his hussars, trying to do some more raiding. He cannot get anything here, only behind this town center. These hussars are going to get trapped here by the dragoons, so nice job by them, pulling back his villagers to the military units and getting those dragoons and musketeers in range. And now these dragoons can just endlessly go after these hussars. Dragoons are faster than the hussars, so they can eventually catch up with them. What he's doing here, he's distracting them with these hussars, and meanwhile going in with these hussars, trying to kill some villagers, but he didn't find anyone. And now Blackstar is almost aged up, and if we have Blackstar aged up, we can potentially have 4 falconets out, or of course musketeers upgrades are coming, and only Samwise is aging. H2O is getting the resources to age, so we'll be almost, yeah, he's now clicking up. But I think Blackstar, once the upgrades arrive, he's now doing veteran musketeers, will push in, and that can do a lot of damage to them if they aren't aged up in time. So I hope they push out now. Let's see if Blackstar even aged up with a boat, so the boat plus 400 wood. So just going to scout if no fish is being made, because you want to counter that as early as possible. Let's look at H2O. Does have a sea deck, very interesting. He does have schooners in his deck, which is yeah, I don't really like that choice. But of course it's a 2v2 map, so the fish has got more fish, the sea has got more fish than it normally has, so maybe sea is a viable option, especially in the late game. Let's see, 2 falconets for Blackstar. They're all unprotected. I don't really like that. Last games in the 2v2 tournament we saw a lot of cannons being wasted. I don't want to see that again, so let's just protect these falconets with a few musketeers or dragoons, because if any hussars just come by, they could just take it down like that, and it would be 1000 resources wasted. Now they are starting to siege the barracks. I think that's a good choice. You just want to stop the unit production for them. He's already building his new one, but it won't be finished until like another half a minute. And the dragoons cannot really do that much against these musketeers. They've got a little bit more. No, they've got the same range, of course. But that won't really help him, because the musketeers are just very strong, especially in H2, and he's got so many of them. So the advantage is now definitely to Blackstar. Just look at the score. He's got 250 score, and H2O is not really close to him, and neither is Samwise12. So the economic and the military population is now in favor of Team Veni and Blackstar. Let's see, they've got 2 falconets here, another 2 coming. Yes, like I said, 4 falconets, of course, going to do a lot of damage, and 4 falconets is enough to yeah, just kill all these musketeers. Really, if you have 4 of them, then you really don't have to be scared of infantry very soon. So yeah, these 4 falconets can do a lot of damage against them. Of course, they do splash damage, so if you have more of them, they also become like more effective. They are getting sniped off by these dragoons, but that does mean they can get so many free hits. These musketeers can just kill all these dragoons very easily. H2O does now have his musketeers upgraded, but he's still missing 1 more card. Oh, he's now getting that card exactly now, but a little bit too late in the battle, and Blackstar just has got so many of these musketeers. Veni has got a lot of goons. They don't really do so well against enemy musketeers and goons, but they can do very good against potential falconets coming out from either H2O and Samwise. So of course it's nice to have a little bit of goons also as anti-cav. And there it is, the resign of H2O and Samwise. Good game, congratulations Veni and Blackstar. It's now 0-1. Of course I won't forget to update the score, so 0-1. And yeah, thank you for watching. This was the first game of H2O versus and Samwise versus Veni and Blackstar. It's a best of 5, so we will see at least 2 more games. Let's take a quick view at the post game. The villager population per team, I would like to see that. Yeah, you see H2O is, their team is just booming a lot less hard than the team of Veni and Blackstar, and also he's lost some villagers. And in the military unit count, you see H2O and Samwise were ahead while the rest was aging, but they didn't make enough use of that to really gain an advantage over the other. And the positioning in the early game was just very good for Blackstar. He could just keep harassing with his musketeers, and they had to run all over the map to kill the raids. So okay, that was the first game. Yeah, I will find a co-caster soon, so don't worry about that. Looks like they're already loaded into the second game. Hope they picked the right map. I don't quite know what map they have to play now, but well, whatever. Let's see, just take a quick look at the chat. Oh, looks like show shipment? Well, okay, looks like everything is alright. So they now should pick the second map, and of course should pick some new civilizations. The civilizations, I think, do not reset at all, even after the third match. So that means we will see a lot of different civilizations. It means we might see 10 different civilizations from each team, which is of course very exciting. You don't want to see the same mirrors all the time, so they have to pick something else. Now it looks like it's going to be ports and Russia. Looks like Bengal is going to be the next map for the second match. GG in the chat. Yeah, it was a nice game. It was quite straining to cast it all alone, I must say, but I'm enjoying it, and so I can keep up. I cannot see everything because it's a 2v2, right? So it's very hard to see everything that happens on the map. So that's a thing. Yeah, you will have to deal with a little bit. The golden team, they're called. Okay, that wasn't even close. Well, I think at one point it was for a little bit, but Blackstar OP did a very good job at both maintaining very high musketeer production and getting his eco snowballing and booming very hard, so in the late game we could steamroll over them. So yeah, very nice job by them. And but of course the first age was very much in favor of H2O and Samwise, as is to be expected. I think H2O is just very good in the first age. I really like his play there, and yeah, I think most of the time he can gain a good advantage for some reason. I think just pure experience. Yeah, Sam didn't raid a lot. I think he killed like only these 3 villagers that were trapped when the Black Star's musketeers were away, but that was quite late into the game, and Vayne harassed the villagers a lot earlier on and killed 2 of them, and later even more. So I think that was definitely an advantage Vayne and Black Star had. They just raided a lot more, harassed more, and they kept playing with the other team while they just had to react to everything. So do I have to lock in like first choice? I think you have to. Yes. Okay. I think they have to choose civilization first. Going to take a quick look at the rules, civilization rules. Let's see. Yes, you have to lock your choice. Looked at rules. You have to lock in your choice by greening up, and then the other team knows what civilization you are gonna play, and then they can react to it with choosing their own civilization. So they can pick a counter civilization, for example, to try and get that way an advantage in terms of civs. But that means that they are more likely to win that round, and that means that after that the other team can pick a counter civ. So that's the way the counter pick system works. Yes, Blackstar and Vayne will have to pick first here. Alright. What is happening? They're just picking up civs. We pick this. They locked Dutch and India. Alright, so they picked Dutch and India. Interesting. I haven't seen them so much yet. Looks like I dropped 0 frames. Okay, that's a record for me. I dropped no frames, so my internet connection should be stable. And my computer can handle it also, so that's good. I've got a new computer, so I should be able to both stream and save the stream data locally. So that's all working out. Didn't I say I picked Dutch? But okay, he's going to pick Dutch anyways. Bengal, of course. This map you have some quite good choke points, and even though it's hard for India to put down their aqua fort. If they can place it down on one of these small patches, these small islands, if they can get a fort on one of these patches, then that does mean they can get a lot of map control with the aqua fort, and that can really help out here. Okay, looks like my partner is here, so let's see. I will have to call him some way. Let's take a look. Hello. I will have to activate this. Hey, can you hear me? Okay, looks like I have to refresh. That just happens when I'm... Can you hear me now? I cannot hear you yet. Need 20 seconds, you say. Okay. Well, if you can hear me, maybe you can refresh your Discord, because I can't hear you yet. And that's probably... If you use the browser, most of the time you just have to refresh the page, so the microphone gets activated. Not quite sure why that works. Don't hear you yet. We can also go on Skype if you want. Do you have me on Skype? Let's see. I'm going to add him on Skype. I just told him my Skype name, which is a very embarrassing old school name I made up when I was like 10 years younger. So let's see if I get a friend request yet. Let's call him. Oh, this
Hello?
is... Hello. Welcome. Good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Hello. Okay, I'm going to make you not as loud as you are now.
Alright, I'm starting to patch now. I have to update apparently.
Okay. Okay, that's alright. In 2 minutes we will have to take a quick look at the chat if the sound levels are alright, if we are adjusted to each other. So
have you started yet?
No, we aren't. We have a spot open, so you can go in.
So the first game has been played?
Oh yes, the first game has been played. So it's 0-1 for Blackstar and Veni now. So
this is a best of 3, right?
No, best of 5 actually.
Oh,
so
interesting.
yeah, we got some more content coming up. At least 2 more games. So definitely excited for that. Let's see. Skype has to be a little bit like that. Alright. Looks like a lot of German spam in the chat. Not quite sure how the chat got so Nazi so quickly, but do
you have to set your screen resolution doesn't change?
What do you mean exactly?
My screen resolution reset in the ESOC patch, and now I can't change it.
Oh
like
no.
If I change it, oh yeah, that's right. I just do it like this.
Maybe something with windowed mode versus full screen mode. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Okay, alright. Yeah, that gets reset. All the options are reset in the EP. So
right, Bengal.
Yes, interesting map. I really like it. These little swamp patches and stuff. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, especially for those watching later on YouTube, welcome to the second match. H12 and Samwise versus Veni and Blackstar. It's now 0-1. So yeah, first game went to Veni and Blackstar. We're going to play the second map Bengal. And here with me is, by the way, Stanley Winston with me co-casting, so welcome.
Hello, thank you. Dutch India, interesting matchup.
Yes, definitely. I'm not quite sure what we can expect here. Dutch going, probably India going Sepoy and Dutch going Hussar Skirm.
We're
But
probably gonna see Zamburek Skirmisher. Very favorable composition in this matchup.
yes,
Because, yeah,
of course,
very mobile.
yes, definitely.
Yes.
I wonder what they will do as an wonder.
We're probably gonna see Carney because getting
Yes.
an aggro up is pretty.
It's hard here.
It's hard. But we can expect it. Maybe a Seeper rush. Because this map is pretty hard, has no TPs, so gonna be pretty interesting to see.
Yes, definitely, and well, and also getting an aggro op is not a huge advantage if you're going to make Zamburex anyway, because you will still have to make a stable. So if there's going to be Seapor rush, it's of course aggro fort, but if they're really going to make cavalry first, then we might indeed see the Karnimada more likely. Let's take a quick look at the treasures. They're already going for 90 wood for India. Definitely very nice bonus.
Oh, but he's losing he lost his hero.
Oh, that's huge actually.
Yeah, that's that's huge. Not so common for Black Star to lose either of his heroes as India. Maybe Miss Micro there.
Yes, that is definitely a mistake here. I think he didn't use his stuns, or he used one of them, so he still took a lot of damage on that hero, and that's very unfortunate. Yeah, that definitely huge setback for them.
Semi just got 100 food, so that's gonna speed up his age up pretty by a lot actually.
Yes.
With food being a pretty big advantage, but the 90 wood is probably going to cancel it out since he can move his villagers off wood a little bit faster.
Yes, food is almost just as good as wood, I think, in this early on for India, because yeah, more wood means less time gathering wood, so means more food, so it doesn't really matter that much. Let's just see what I'm going to pick next. 70 food again for India, and Samwise still laying here. I'm not quite sure at what percentage of your HP the Indian monk can stand up again, but it's pretty high.
Jim says my sound needs to be louder.
Yeah, I made you louder like a minute ago, so it needs a minute to catch up, I think.
Okay. Then it's probably fine. This is actually funny. Samwise is picking up a 40 coin near the TC of Blackstar.
Okay, very aggressive here. So nicely picked up a small treasure here. Yes, I did turn up the sound like some time ago, so I hope it's better now. I really turned up the Skype volume quite a bit, so if you have any feedback in 2 minutes, of course give it to me. Yes.
We're gonna see a forward villager, so we're gonna probably gonna see an aggro, probably like here or something, or maybe a little bit back. But I think this is the only place where you can put it, like more on the bottom. It's not going to matter that much because you can play around it then. But in this case, yeah, we're gonna see it here, and we're gonna probably see a Seeper rush coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is very aggressive for just standard play, and well, of course, Seeper rush is one of the standard plays, but. And of course HUL also going forward, so yeah, very aggressively going to have a forward base.
Blackstar going for Karnimada, so we're gonna see probably Zamburek from him and Sepoy from Samwise, which is pretty good because then maybe Sam just rushes and then H2O can get his banks up and have a superior eco to Venny because he has to hold.
Yes. And of course this rush in the longer term will contain them of resources. They've got one hunt here and one here and one here, but after that they've got like 3 more hunts in their little base here. But after that they will have to break out at some point.
First bank coming up very fast for Venny. Like 350. That he had probably had some wood trade. Aging also a bit faster than H2O. Yeah, not that much, but
yeah. If you look at the treasures, Veni did have some coin treasures, of course, going to help him with his villagers, but it's not too significant, I think. I'm going to quickly check if the sound is alright, so just keep talking if you want.
all right. Barracks coming up for H2O at this point. So we're gonna see Skirm Seapoy. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do to react to this.
Yeah, definitely, of course. It's a barracks coming up for Blackstar, by the way, so that's a good reaction. If he had made a stable, he could, of course, harass some villagers and such, but you cannot do anything with cavalry against Seaboy Skirmisher, I think. You're better off having skirmishers yourself instead of hussars, I think. But instead of sours, so...
Second bank, though, for Venny.
Alright.
Pretty greedy.
Let's look at the shipments. Started with 700 wood, but H2O started with a bank, so...
Bank wagon, in this case, being a little bit less eco.
Yes.
But he's gonna have more units in the long run.
Yes.
Or in the short term.
Yeah, because of course you don't have to spend food and such on banks. It's just one quick bank early on, and yeah, he's even making a market. Veni going very greedy, and Blackstar also very greedy with the Carnimada. So that's actually quite interesting. Looks like the 12 Seapoy of Samwise are here. It's of course standard 12 Seapoy with card and.
He actually had 4 Seapoy.
Hey,
he made the first. He has 11 Seapoy.
He's 11. Okay, that's one less than normal, but
probably a little bit if he's normally he should get 12 out. Oh, he's gonna lose a Vil there.
Yes, that's bad.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Okay, and H2O pushing in with his skirmishers almost took down a Vil, but just made it in time in their base. He doesn't have the HP upgrade yet.
It's not so easy for Asian civs to get their HP upgrade because it's a little bit more expensive. It's like 150 food, I think.
Yes, it also increases their attack, but that's quite useless most of the time. It only makes herding more of a pain. So okay, looks like the sound is alright, and military population wise, of course H1 and Samwise are very far ahead, but let's see what damage they can do. Veni has got skirmishers out, so he can react to most of these harassments.
This is something that I noticed. Like Samwise was using his explorers to walk around and scout any forward bases or maybe proxy stables, but he actually didn't heal his explorers. So they're gonna die faster than Black Stars because Black Stars he let him heal like in the back of his base. So they're gonna tank. Yeah, that's a little. It's a little trick you can do to have more tank.
Yeah, of course they can do a lot of tanking damage, but also can like stun these groups of units, and that can really swing a fight. If you have a good stun on an entire batch of Seapoy, then you're just losing a lot.
It's a volley. Yeah, it's a volley.
It's a full volley, so that really matters a lot.
What I don't like is Samwise going for Gurkha.
Yeah, they got only infantry, so I guess they want to have like a better composition here, but H2O does have way more skirmishers than Veni, so...
Yeah, but the point is, like, Veni has skirmishers, and killing off the Seapoy isn't that big of a deal. Oh, these Seapoy are gonna get caught.
Oh, this is not really good by Backstar. I don't know, I'm surprised he's walking there. I mean, they've got scouted this Igra fort, so...
It's actually a nice trick you can do if you're anti-rush, because he has to send like Seapoy to chase these, and that means he's gonna have less in the main battle. So if he's gonna have 5 SR out because the stable is there, and he picks off the Seapoy in the battle, they might be in trouble.
Yes, definitely. And they picked up both heroes, so now Samwise has got no more heroes on the field, both dead by these Seapoy. So it's actually not that big of a waste. They're still walking around actually. They killed a
Oh, I got the
villager.
bill. He killed the vill.
They killed a villager and just got it.
Sepoy failed off already, and he's gonna get away.
Yes, he's definitely going to get away with that.
I would have preferred him to send Gurkha instead of Sepoy because they have more range and they would have sniped them off faster.
Yes.
Team hit points coming in for Team Venny and Bucks. So that's gonna help.
Nice card for a team card. Yes.
Yeah, 5 SR being trained. So
look at these heroes.
they're gonna go for this. They're gonna go for this.
Yeah, tanking a lot of damage, these heroes from the entire batches of skirmishes. They can just take on, and all the sepals are gone now. So these hussars have got free skirmishers. Even got gardeners coming in. They're just going to wipe out the skirmishers army.
Yeah, they have this battle.
Yeah, and I think with that they can really get a huge advantage. Maybe even one they cannot come back from.
Oh,
yeah,
GG.
GG already. Oh, that's so sad. But yeah, they really made the better decisions here. We forfeit, he says. Like really? Bite.
They're not serious, right?
I don't think they're serious. Well, HO can be because he can get a little bit, I don't know, salty.
If India would have made more Sepoy instead of Gurkha, then they would have been fine here.
Oh, this is really sad. Yeah, just the military unit count. They just didn't lose any units in the battle, really. Well, they lost all the skirmishers and Sepoy.
Yeah, because the Hussar tanked.
The Hussar and the heroes.
And the heroes, and
tanked.
Then the skirms have 3 volleys and then they just die.
And after that the gardeners came in to pick off any remaining skirmishers, and yeah, they had no anti-cavalry at all. And less units and not in a good position really, so...
Yeah, this wasn't... I think there was maybe miscommunication, him adding Gurkha and he was going skirmishers, like double light infantry. You can expect the stable coming up and just make 5 SR and shipping the gardeners.
And you know Veni, and he's always going to add Hussar at some point, so you could expect it, of course. So it's not like he thought, oh, they got only infantry, let's just stick to anti-infantry, of course.
But in the first place, like making the 5 Sepoy and shipping 5, they should have just gone into his base. Like, don't care about whatever they have. And just try to do as much damage as they can and make your shipment pay off. Because in the meanwhile, Blackstar probably shipped 600 wood, I think.
Oh, I already clicked out, unfortunately, but what I do remember is at that one point HO had like 30 skirmishers against 25 or something against a 15 of Veni, and at that point they could have done a lot more damage, I think, but they could not really make use of their military advantage.
That's really unfortunate.
So alright, GG. Looks like now they're finally catching up in the stream, and is this really the end? I mean, they've both gone offline.
I think they really forfeited.
Oh,
I think they should play this out. Like, no.
It's like at most one more game. Like, just play that last game.
It's a best of 5. You can always bring it back. It was like the finals in the spring championship. Like it can go back and forth. Yeah. Or any finals really.
Yeah, they are really serious. Samwise would never rage quit this, but Izuo can get a little bit tilted once he loses. And
it doesn't matter how you react to losing, but it's just, I think the matches that are supposed to be played should be played. That's my opinion. But yeah, let's see what they say because they're offline. So.
Yeah, they're offline. So okay.